Guys, what's up? This is History Help 101 here, back, well, for the first time with my first video. So today I'm going to be talking about the First Punic War. I'm going to be using the same slideshow for the next two Punic Wars, because there were 3 Punic Wars in total. Anyways, let's get with this first part of slide number 1. So, the setup of the First War. So, you realize that the First Punic War was fought mainly in Sicily and Africa. It was a very big naval war. Many fleets were built on both sides, and there were some times when the Romans may have lost their entire fleet in a storm. And this is also fought between the Romans and the Carthaginians, if you didn't realize that. So the wars were named after the Phoenicians. These were a group of people in the eastern Mediterranean who founded the city of Carthage. You might have learned about them already, but yeah. Carthage controlled much of northern Africa, like very northern Africa, northwestern Africa to be correct, and they also controlled southern Spain. And Rome controlled much of Italy at that point. So, it began as mostly a local conflict in Sicily between Hiero II of Syracuse and the Mamertines of Messina. So yeah, it didn't start off as a very big conflict. It started off with 2 pretty small powers. And this is like the Mamertines made a pretty bad move because they got help from the Carthaginians, and then they betrayed them by enlisting help from the Romans. So it's like, I mean, you can actually kind of tell why the Carthaginians were triggered. But I chose a picture of gears because it's kind of, the battle lines are kind of clicking into place and stuff. So the next one is, so I've continued, I just kind of ran out of room on that slide, so I decided to make another slide. So the Romans sent a garrison to defend Messina, while the outraged Carthaginians sent aid to Syracuse. So yeah, I mean, Messina made a pretty bad move there, so the Carthaginians are like, screw you, Messina, we're going to go help Syracuse. So Rome didn't really want Carthage to be embroiled in a battle so they decided to send help to Messina. So I decided to take a picture of Clash of Clans troops requested donated. So if you can think about it a little bit like a clan war. So let's say Messina just left the clan of Carthage and joined Rome's clan, and they asked for maybe some alpaca. So they donated alpaca. And then Syracuse is in Carthaginian's clan, and they asked for some lesser troops. But alpaca can defeat 25 barbarians, I think. So, I mean, yeah. The main thing is the Carthaginians didn't give Syracuse enough soldiers to defeat the Romans. So they'll figure that out as we move on to the next one. So Carthage was kicked from Sicily after a major defeat at the Battle of Agrigentum, which I believe was like one of the major cities in Syracuse. Carthage just was like, we're just going to stop all land-based attacks, because the legions were way too powerful for the Carthaginians at that point. Legions that were much stronger than anything the Carthaginians had. They really couldn't be stopped. So the Carthaginians were like, we're going to be using our navy, which was, at that point, much more powerful than the Roman navy. As you can see, that's a picture of Jack Sparrow running from the island, because he's being chased by the natives of that island. It's a good reference, because Carthaginians basically had to just scurry out, unless they would be just defeated by the Romans, which they were, but yeah. So Carthage won some of the battles early on, like they defeated the new Roman navy at the Battle of the Lipari Islands. the new Roman some of the navy was destroyed in some shipwrecks, but then Rome decided in 2 months it expanded its fleet to over 100 warships equipped with a new weapon. And we'll find that out right now. Rome's new navy. Rome's ships were probably copies of beach ships, so like Carthaginian ships they used which got beached on Roman shores, as well as other powers nearby. So yeah, they got copies of other beach ships. Because the Roman fleet was not exactly amazing, they couldn't just rely on their iron ram, which most warships at that time did have one. It was basically meant for punching through the other ship and sinking it. But yeah, so they built a corvus or a landing plank on all their ships, so that it's kind of like those planks that the pirates had. So it's kind of like that, but it's to go onto the other ship, and it's like the earliest version of that. So the corvus had spikes on the other side to hold to the enemy ships. So it's like a big piece of wood from one ship, and then it locks onto the other ship. So then, of course, the Romans were much more equipped and better soldiers because they were trained for a long time. So they would be it was a lot better for the Romans to have the corvus than it would be for the Carthaginians. So, go to the next slide. The Battle of Mylae. And that looks kind of like a picture of the Boom Beach landing crafts. Not really, but still. The corvée, in that battle there's like 120 ships, and the corvée successfully captured 50 of them, so that was pretty good. And instead of pursuing the Carthaginians, I don't know why, the Romans liberated a city under siege by Carthaginian commander Hamilcar. So he ran away. Yeah, not much about here. The Romans managed to take out a lot of the navy of the Carthaginians, and yeah. End of the war. So the Romans advanced to the islands of Agates after invading parts of Africa, and so here's a crash course about this point. They've taken a bunch of islands, and they start invading Africa. So then they go to the islands of the Agates, where the main commander, Hamilcar Barca, is, and and the Romans have a new fleet because the wealthy citizens decide to pay for one, and the Carthaginians didn't really have a very good fleet. They had a very hastily built one, so it wasn't exactly a fair fight. So, yeah, at the Battle of Agate Islands, Consul Gaius Lutatius Catulus attacked a very weak, hastily built Carthaginian fleet. The Romans won, sealing the fate of the war, so now Hamilcar really doesn't have... He had no support, so he just agreed to negotiate peace and evacuate Sicily. So, what's the significance of this war? Well, it made Rome the most powerful country in the Western Mediterranean. So they were now more powerful than Carthage. They didn't take over Carthage in this war, but they were definitely more powerful. So, that is the end. I will be making another video shortly about the Second Punic War, so maybe in like a week or something. If you have a question, you may comment, and I might make a video about it, depending on when your test is. If your test is soon, well, you might be out of luck, but it's in like a week. I can definitely make a video by then. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Remember to subscribe and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all later. Homework Help 101 out.